What's up, everybody? I know it's been kind of negative news after negative news when it comes to the Ford Lightning, but I do have some good news. So we're going to talk about just a brief recap of what's going on and then the good news that we just heard. So let me break it down. We are, as we speak, in the middle of today. Actually could be when wave 4 invites go out. So, I should disclaimer that things might change this afternoon, even if invites go out today. But there's also a chance that invites don't go out today. So bear with me here. But to recap things, those who did make an order in the last round were, I don't know if surprised is the right word, but definitely upset to see that the two bottom trims of the Ford F-150, the Pro and the XLT, the one that starts at $46,000 and $60,000 respectively, are not available. You cannot order them. The XLT was actually available for a couple hours, like literally hours, but throughout the night, nothing happened. You know what's actually a funny wrinkle to that I haven't talked about yet? Let me pull something up. This is going to get people mad probably. So when you're invited to order, you get both an email and a text message. I'll go ahead and screenshot this so you guys can see it on the screen now. So basically you get the order. It says order yours now. Here's the chance to order a 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning truck. Here's your link. My link didn't work. So I knew that an email was also coming. So I went ahead and got on my email, and then I was able to, I would have been able to order even though I waited a day, unfortunately. Long story short is it wasn't until the next day, almost 22 hours later, they said, yesterday you received a text from us that it was time to order your 2023 F-150 Lightning, but you may not have been able to submit an order. We've fixed the bug and invite you to officially place your order now. How funny is that? That means, obviously I knew to go to my email or whatever, and I still could have placed an order. I'm not making an excuse for myself. I should have made an order that night before the XLT sold out. But if I didn't know there was an email and I was strictly going off this text message, that would have sucked. Ford almost gave some people no chance to order the XLT. It's just another and another and another of these tiny, it's really like these tiny things that Ford could have done better, and they're really adding up now. And I don't know if it's just how upset a lot of my viewers are, but I'm just hearing nobody's thrilled right now. And the people who are happy or maybe upset at the people who are upset at Ford, those are the guys who already got to order their truck and got what they wanted, and they said, hey, what do you expect? So it's kind of not fair to point at either right now. I'm just trying to explain what happened, really. So that leads us to where people land today. So there's still some people with day one reservations who haven't even had a chance to order, let alone the trim level they want. I feel even guilty because I was not day one, frankly. I just got lucky, I guess. Really is just depending on the dealership you chose and allotments, which it's very unpredictable out there. And I do empathize with those of you who, I couldn't imagine. I would be mad. I'd be very mad if I was like a day, hour, minute one order and still didn't get a chance to even order one. And then if you were up next now and the only option you have is probably an extended Lariat or a Platinum or who knows, it sucks. And I feel bad for you guys. I don't know what else to say. It just sucks. It's not fair. So what do? I'm going to quote OSR Garage here. I've done a live stream with him. He's a cool guy. He actually was able to sell his reservation to his dealer. I read through the comments. It looks like he sold it. I hope he's okay with me saying this, but it was public in his comments there that he sold it for $3,000. That's awesome. Good for him. I think that's cool. It's a way to kind of get, something out of this long wait. It's a great moral area because I guarantee dealers are probably not allowed to do what happened there, but hey, go for it. If you have that opportunity and you're going to just get your $100 back, why not at least capitalize on it? It's just, if you have the opportunity, I'm all for it. But before you do that, I want to quote Long MacArthur Ford, just shouting out all the YouTube friends today. He had a great live stream a day or two ago where he talked about a announcement that was sent to dealers from Ford about this very situation.
So here's a little memo. It says currently Pro and XLT are closed for ordering. Ordering may reopen later this year for these trims, but there is no guarantee. It says there is no plan to cancel reservations for those invited to order but don't. So if you had an XLT or Pro and you're like, that's what I want, I can't afford a Lariat or a Platinum. So you're sitting there thinking, because originally they told us they would cancel it on September 30th, but they're not going to cancel that invite. So that invite just stays there. And if that becomes available, then you'll be able to go ahead and submit that. So don't worry about that. Invites will not be canceled, so don't worry there. It says we will keep the invitation open so they can order later. So that is great news for those that chose the Lariat because they felt like they had to. I'm sorry that Ford decided to wait until this was a problem before notifying us.
So before I continue, make sure if you don't already know who Tim Bartz is, go subscribe to him. He's the best. We also have a video that we've done together, so go watch that as well. Anyway, I would like to bring up what he said because apparently people were thinking, and it's because Ford said so. I've even reported it via a Ford screenshot in my videos that Ford said, if you don't order when you're called, like so wave 3, wave 4, these next waves, you're forced to just get your money back and your reservation just, I don't know what the word is, disintegrates or disappears. And that Ford seems to be flipping on that, which is what Tim Bartz was saying, meaning that we can actually, and it sucks for me who already just ordered at a higher level, but we'll talk about that later. Apparently, if you don't make your order and you just hold tight, there's a chance it might take a while, but when the XLTs, when the Pros are coming back online, you'll be able to order. So maybe there's a glimmer of hope there. The only problem is you're going right back into the queue of uncertainty. You're probably not going to get it until 2024. And, you have to be, it's still not a great option is what I'm saying. It's still very, very vague, but there's hope. It's not just like, here's what would have been bad is if you didn't make your order. Let's say you were called to make an order. They didn't have your trim. You just give your money back or do nothing. And then once the public is allowed to order again, you just have to fight them in line to make your order with everyone else. That wouldn't have been fair. So hopefully they're doing some sort of system, and that's what this message is about, for those of you who just want to hold out and then get a Pro if you don't mind waiting. That's what it seems like it's looking like, and it better be, frankly. So hopefully that's good news for you. There's more on this. Ford's having a rough week, actually. So it's reported that material costs are through the roof for this next quarter for Ford in particular, and that orders are going to be hard to get all across the board. Materials are very short. They're looking at a $1 billion hit across the board on manufacturing because they're not able to produce enough vehicles. There's a lot of, I think 45,000 were reported semi-built waiting for parts. Now they're not actually sourcing that at semiconductor stills. It's just they sourced general parts here. So who knows what the actual hangup is, but either way, it's not a good month for Ford or quarter even for Ford. And it's not a good quarter for us wave orders who just got to finally make our order because they're not going to be producing this next quarter, therefore probably pushing our actual delivery dates out. So stay tuned. If you just made an order, keep an eye out. Maybe you'll get lucky, but maybe not. And that's kind of where we end it. I don't know. It's just it's been a roller coaster. It continues to be a roller coaster. And I'm just doing the math in my head, and we're not going to get out of this roller coaster of a sense for a while. I've been really thinking, how long until it's just, you can go to your dealer, like Tesla right now. Tesla just had an amazing announcement, and they just said that their wait times are down. Right now, you can go get a Model 3 and only have to wait like a month or two. For example, when I did my Model Y, I had to wait almost 6 or 7 months, I think, just to get my Model Y, and now it's only a month wait. So while even a month sounds like a lot, that would be amazing. And I don't see Ford getting to that point with the news about the new dealer Model E services and all that, they're going to have to get all that on board. They're going to have to get production up. We're a good 2 years out minimum until we can get a month. Like Joe Schmo goes into his dealer, orders a Lightning, and gets it within a month. I guarantee that's still 2 years away. It's just, unless like some miracle happened or there's more tricks up their sleeves that I'm not seeing, man, that'd be crazy for them to be able to get to that point. So they have a lot of work to catch up with Tesla, is what I'm saying. And maybe that's some good news for you. I was thinking a lot lately about my situation where I wanted a mid trim. You know, I was for the record, I was wanting a Lariat the whole time until prices went up. So I still got the truck that I wanted. Really, I'm just spending a lot more than I wanted to. So overall, I'm still pretty okay with my order. But I keep thinking like, man, in the long run, wouldn't it have made more sense to get a Pro or XLT, especially now that I'm seeing awesome. You guys are doing crazy things out there. I'm watching all the forum stuff where people are like replacing the Pro seats with like legitimate leather heated and cooled seats, and just like turning their Pro models into a Lariat model for like a fraction of the cost. Like that's pretty fun. That's what I wish I could have done and filmed it all and done it. But hey, I am where I am. Anyway, let's wrap up things here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.